you come into the year with, expectations and everything's just right, and your very first punt attempt of the season goes sideways. How do you go from there? Is the attitude, well, it's only up from here, or how do you approach it?
Yeah, well, I think it was my fourth punt of the season. But yeah, I mean, obviously, we expect adversity. Things aren't always going to go perfect, and I just had to kind of take a step back and think, like, what do I need to do next week? What do I need to do the next punt to be able to produce for the team? It was the first time it happened in my career. There was a few other things going on, and I just went, you know what, like, I know how good I could be, so I need to start playing to that level and not focus on the one bad punt over my career. So
since then, punt unit's been a strength of the special teams. What do you think is going right for that unit?
Well, I think we've got some really good protection. We've got 4 guys on our protection who are captains. And also getting down there. Skylar Thomas is getting down there. Jane Robinson steps in. Samisi's on the shield. We also got, I'm blanking on the other captain. Skylar Thomas, Samisi, Jaden, and then who am I missing?
I think it's Bengal Branson, but I don't think
Bengal Branson. We got 6 captains. We got 6 captains. So there's Joshua Gray. There's one more. So we're Melvin, who was just here.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm blanking. So yeah, I mean, we have Melvin. He comes in as well, and there is extreme buy-in from those guys. And I think Nate Elu too on the shield, Jake Reichel. You look at the guys that we have, and even last week, Jackson Robinson stepped in snapping, and I thought he did a really good job. So I just think as a collective, we've just keep getting better, and I think Coach Juice has done a great job. And also Coach Yams has done a great job of bringing us all together, who's our quality control, and they've all been awesome. So I just think it's a collective thing more than anything.
Speaking of Jackson, what have you liked, what you've seen from him in the snapping operation and things? I know probably things are a little bit different between Peyton and him, but what have you liked so far from him?
Yeah, I think he snaps a pretty bowl. I think he's fast. He can get down in coverage. I think all of our snappers can get down in coverage, and I think all of our snappers are good and can do it at this level. But I've enjoyed having him out there. He wants to learn, and he's a sponge. And after every snap, he's coming up to me saying, "Was this good? What can I do better?" And I like that, especially from a young guy. He's got a lot of eligibility left, and we still have older guys that can help kind of guide him in the correct direction. So I've enjoyed. Yeah, I think all the snappers are great. So
obviously, Everett's kind of had an up and down start to the season. What have you seen from him behind the scenes, and how are you kind of trying to help him kind of steady himself?
I mean, I feel like he's just a professional in everything he does. He doesn't take anything too much to heart. It's tough though. You want to have a good season. I think he's really, really good. He's been really great at practice. He's shown this season in fall camp and at practice how good he can be. I think a lot of it is just operation protection. There's a few things that have happened that have just not gone his way. But I think when things start going his way, and as a holder, just trying to get it in the same spot every single time and building that trust and confidence. This is the first year that him and I have worked together. Last year I was working with another kicker. Mm-hmm. So, there's building that chemistry too, and there's lots of new things. He had Luke Loescher for 2-3 years. So I think that could play a part too. But just encouraging him, and using the example that you brought up, I had a game where I messed up. I had a bad punt. We all do it, and it's human nature, and just bounce back, expect adversity.
Safe to say you guys still believe in him in the game on the line or last second kick or something like that?
100%. Yeah, I have no doubt that he'll go and bang it. And he's done it in the past too. Washington a couple of years ago. Colorado, the game was on the line, 60-yarder. He's done it and he can do it. So I believe in him. I think we all do. So.
Australian punters are kind of a cliche in college football now. I'm just curious, what's kind of your journey been to Corvallis, Oregon?
Well, I was here playing basketball. Well, not playing is a loose term. I was on the bench at a community college, and I went out to a football game up at Cal. I was in California, and I saw the guys punting, and they were doing mostly rugby-style punts, and I never really thought I was anything spectacular or anything like that. But then when I saw them punt, I thought, well, maybe I'm good enough to play. So I messaged the community college and just said, can I try out? Can I see what I can do? And I was surprised anyone got back to me because the message was pretty vague. And once they did, the rest was kind of history. It just kind of took off for me, and I've been very lucky and blessed to end up here after that transition. So,
what was your basketball game like?
I mean, bad. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought if I put the work in and I stuck to the process, that something could come from it. But just once I came over to the US and saw the athletes that are over here, and just the level of players in junior college who I thought were pretty good that weren't able to break into the next level, I thought that it might have been a bit of a dead end. But then with football, I thought there was a very good chance from community college to the Division 1 level. So I thought, oh, let's run with this. And yeah.
What was the community college?
Laney. I was on the season 2019, the last chance you season with Coach Beam. So it was an interesting experience for sure. Yeah.
When Travis Pisano was still here, I mean, did you guys have a relationship at all? And do you guys ever get to chop it up about back home?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Travis and I'd say we're friends, good friends maybe. You know, I definitely was there for him when he first got here, and you know, spoke to him throughout his career here, and he's been over to my place and we've hung out, and you know, he's a great guy, and really fond of him. And yeah, I think it's exciting to see what he's doing. And you know, when he said to me, I'm on the baseball team, you know, you don't think an Australian playing baseball is going to turn out too great. So when he ends up becoming the number 1 pick in the MLB draft, it's just like, it's phenomenal, and he deserves it too. So, yeah.
Punting is obviously a balance between how far you can kick it and also giving the opportunity for coverage. Does the strength of the coverage unit affect your thinking on that, on what you can do? Your confidence in that unit to go down and cover?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, at the last game, I just let one rip. You know, it was a low snap in the end zone, and I came up and I just let one rip and just said, you know what, I trust my coverage. Like, and I know that going into games that we've got great guys. Like I mentioned, Skylar Thomas is running down there a lot, Jaden Young, Jake Reichel. Like, Jake Reichel's been awesome. You know, every time he's down there, he's made some tackles for me that maybe when I haven't had the most hang time that I've needed him. So we've just had, I've got a lot of faith in it, and I have a lot of faith in what Coach Juice is preaching, and he's kind of showing, you know, oh, this is what's going to happen. If your punt goes here, or there's this much hang time, I can kind of see it. And yeah, I have a lot of faith in the coverage and the people we have out there, and the buy-in too.
What would you rather do? Boot one like 70, 75 yards, or pin one inside the one?
Oh, both. I wanted the one where we're in the end zone, I wanted to hit her over his head, and I wanted it to be 90 yards on the 1 yard line, and that was what I wanted. But the guy went running backwards, caught it. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I wanted to get I wanted a big one, that one. But
Still
yeah.
another time. You have another chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll get one this year. Yeah, that was 57. We want to get into the 60s, 70s. So yeah, it'd be cool.
When you saw all the transfers from the basketball team, did you give Wayne a call?
I'd like to, yeah. You know, if he wants to call me up, I still fancy myself outside shot 3-and-D, which is every basketball player right now in the world. So I definitely fit the bill. 6'1", got a bit too much weight on me now to play basketball, I think, but I still fancy myself. I'd love to have a go. Like, honestly, like if he wanted me to sit on the bench at the end of this season, I'd do it.
Play intramural at all, or pick up? Probably not.
You know what? No, I've actually, you know, I've had a few injuries here. Like, it was a genetic issue with my hips. I've had 2 hip surgeries. Most of this has just been trying to get healthy, get back this season. This is the first year I've been here where I've been healthy. So something I've been really proud of is coming back from those injuries. Had a lot of help here. I want to give a quick shout out to like Dylan Lowenstein, who's one of our strength staff. He's stayed behind every single workout and helped me stretch and talk me through things and really helped me. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to be playing at this level right now. So I want a big thank you to him. Also Coach Candido, because he was the head strength coach that brought him in, and he's been doing a great job since Coach Mack left. So.